as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in Week 4.
The returner, Trey Tucker, going to bring this one out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Steps away to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the first quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted them out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Duggan looking to throw. That one into the hands of Adams downfield.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
The Raiders hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now they'll audible to something else. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
To throw is Duggan.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Touchdown, Raiders!
Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And right away he lost the football.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you've got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Jackson.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 36 yards on the play. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. You look at this Raiders defense.
They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
They held them to well under 200 yards of total offense. That's a number you can really focus on, too, because the way offenses run in today's game, they're usually pretty smooth, and they give you a lot of misdirection, a lot of trickery. They were able to hold in there and stuff them.
Play action. It's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try to match his athleticism.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
Here's Duggan to throw. That's to the Notre Dame man, Michael Mayer.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The home-standing Raiders with a football here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Duggan will look to throw this. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Devontae Adams with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Play action. Now Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also
under pressure, they got him again.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he
and got his man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 37.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
That was a chance for the breakthrough. He's got a man running free, and you've got to be able to put that on him. But instead, led him too far, incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Eckler.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
This is taken at the 18. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Throwing, Duggan.
And Cooks hands it over the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another big hitter there, this one good for 18. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Duggan. Big strides, look at him go. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Michael Mayer, 41 yards. And the Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now Jackson on first down. Flushed out right.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson now.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keith Taylor. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. He finds Mayer here.
And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25.
That's good for a Las Vegas.
Duggan now to throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Operating from the gun, Dugan. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 54 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They go play action here on first down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Adams the man in motion right.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Raiders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11th.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You always think about picking up the first down, but in this case, they were thinking about something bigger. They were thinking about the home run shot and took it downfield. Unable to connect, but admire the effort.
It's fielded at the 45. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
3rd and 3. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Jackson on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
3rd quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. On the option, here's Eckler.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw is Jackson. His throw incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Counter play with Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Off play action. Dugan. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Devontae Adams. 55 yards.
And the Raiders are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle there by Jerry Tillery.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Toss play coming right. Booker. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They tried to get the edge there. No edge to be found.
Yeah, and when you're trying to set the edge, trying to control either the defensive end or the outside linebacker, if you don't, that allows the defense to string a play out all the way to the sideline. And the sideline gives you as a defender an extra guy. You go from playing with 11 to playing with 12, and it worked out well for the defense there.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out, and you and I, let's get to the airport.
They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down.
You see that celebration from him after that stop? Those corners don't normally have the chance to get behind the line of scrimmage and hand them big losses. So when he got that opportunity, he certainly made it a memorable one.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Now Jackson.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And out across midfield down to the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
58 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
One last shot for Jackson. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Raiders, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.